Joshua 13. The land Israel had not yet taken. Many years later, the Lord told Joshua, "Now you are very old, but there is still a lot of land that Israel has not yet taken. First, there is the Canaanite territory that starts at Shihor River just east of Egypt and goes north to Ekron. The southern part of this region belongs to the Avich and the Geshurites, and the land ground around Gaza, Ashdod, Ashkelon, Gath, and Ekron belongs to the 5 Palestine rulers. The other Canaanite territories did in the north. Its northern border starts at the town of Arah, which belongs to the Sidonians. From there, it goes to Aphek, then along the Amorite border to Hamath Path. The eastern border starts at Hamath Pass and goes south to Bar Gad at the foot of Mount Hermon, and its southern boundary runs west from there to Misrephoth-maim. This northern region includes the Lebanon mountains and the land that belongs to the Gebalites and the Sidonians who live in the hill country from the Lebanon mountains to Misrephoth-maim. With my help, Israel will capture these Canaanite territories and force out the people who live there. But you must divide it up the land from the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea among the 9 tribes and the half of Manasseh that don't have any land yet. Then each tribe will have its own land, the land east of the Jordan River." Moses had already given land east of the Jordan River to the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and half of Manasseh. This region stretched north from the town in the middle of Arnon River Valley and included the town of Aurora on the northern edge of the valley. It covered the flatlands of Medeba north of Didon and took in the town that had belonged to Sihon, an Amorite king of Heshbon. Some of these towns were as far east as the Ammonite border. Geshur and Makkah were part of this region, and so was the whole territory that King Og had ruled, that is, Gilead, Mount Hermon, and all of Bashan as far east as Salekah. Og had lived in Ashtaroth part of each year, and he had lived in Edrei the rest of the year. Og had been one of the last of the Rephaim, but Moses had defeated Sihon and Og and their people and had forced them to leave their land. However, the Israelites did not force the people of Geshur and Makkah to leave. and they still live there among the Israelites. Why Moses did not give land to the Levite tribe? Moses did not give any land to the Levite tribe, because the Lord God of Israel had told them, instead of land, you received Israel sacrifices offered at my altar. The land Moses gave to the Reuben tribe. Moses gave land to each of the clans in the Reuben tribe. The land started in the south at the town in the middle of Arnon River Valley, took in the town of Aror on the northern edge of the valley, and went as far north as the flatlands around Medeba. The Amorite king Sihon had lived in Heshbon and had ruled the towns in the flatlands. Now Heshbon belonged to the Reuben, and so did the following towns in the flatlands: Dibon, Bamath-baal, Bethbasmeon, Jahaz, Kedemmoth, Mephath, Kiriataim, Sibmah, Jerath, Sarah on the hill in the valley, Beth-peor, slope of Mount Pisgah, and Beth-jeshimoth. Moses defeated Sihon and killed him, and the Midianite chief who ruled part of his kingdom for him. Their names were Evi, Rechem, Zur, Hur, and Rebel. The Israelites also killed Balaam, the son of Beor, who had been a fortune teller. This region, with its towns and village, was the land for the Reuben tribe, and the Jordan River was its western border. The land Moses gave to the Gad tribe. Moses also gave land to each of the clans in the Gad tribe. It included the town of Jazer, and in the Gilead region their territory took in the land, and towns as far east as the town of Erol, just west of Rabbah. This was about half of the land that had once belonged to the Amorites. The land gives to God stretched from Heshbon in the south to Ramath, Mizpeh, and Betonim in the north, and even further north to Mahanaim and Rehoboth. God also received the eastern half of the Jordan River Valley, which had been ruled by King Sihon of Heshbon. This territory stretched as far north as Lake Galilee and included the town of Beth Haram, Beth Nimrah, Sukkot, and Japan. These regions with their towns and villages were given to the Gad tribe. The land Moses gave to half of Manasseh tribe. Moses gave land east of the Jordan River to half of clans from the Manasseh tribe. Their land started at Menahem and took in the legend that King Og of Bashan had ruled, including Ashtaroth and Edrei. The 2 towns where he had lived. The villages where the Jair clan settled were part of Manasseh's land, and so was the northern half of the region of Gilead. The clans of his half of Manasseh had 60 towns in all. The Manasseh tribe is sometimes called the Machir tribe, after Manasseh's son Machir. That was how Moses divided up the Moab plains to the east of Jericho on the other side of the Jordan River. So these 2.5 tribes would have land of their own. But Moses did not give any land to the Levite tribe because the Lord had promised that he would always provide for them. Joshua 14. The land west of the Jordan River. 9.5 tribes still did not have any land, although 2.5 tribes had already received land east of the Jordan River. Moses had divided the land among them, and he had also said that the Levite tribe would not receive a large region like the other tribes. Instead, the people of Levi would receive towns and the nearby pastures for their sheep, goats, and cattle. And since the descendants of Joseph and become the 2 tribes of Ephraim and Manasseh, there were still 9.5 tribes that needed land. The Lord had told Moses that he would show those tribes how to divide up the land of Canaan. When the priest Eleazar, Joshua, and the leader of the families and tribes of Israel met to divide up the land of Canaan, the Lord showed them how to do it. Joshua gives Hebron to Caleb. One day, while the Israelites were still camped at Gilgal, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, went to talk with Joshua. Caleb belonged to the Kenizzite clan, and many other people from the Judah tribe went with Caleb. He told Joshua, "You know that back in Kadesh Barnea, the Lord talked to his prophet Moses about you and me. I was 40 years old at the time Moses sent me from Kadesh Barnea into Canaan as a spy. When I came back and told him about the land, everything I said was true. The other spies said things that made our people afraid, but I completely trusted the Lord God. The same day I came back, Moses told me, 'Since you are faithful to the Lord God, I promise that the place where you went as a spy will belong to you and your descendants forever.' Joshua, it was 45 years ago that the Lord told Moses to make the promise, and now I am 85. Even though Israel has moved from place to place in the desert, the Lord has kept me alive all this time as He said He would. I'm just as strong today as I was then, and I can still fight as well in battle. So I'm asking you for the hill country that the Lord promised me that day. You were there. You hear the other spies talk about the power of the hill country and the large walled towns where the Anakim live. But maybe the Lord will help me take their land, just as he promised. Joshua prayed that God would help Caleb. Then he gave Hebron to Caleb and his descendants. And Hebron still belongs to the Caleb's descendants because he was faithful to the God of Israel. Hebron used to be called Arba's town because Arba had been one of the greatest of the Anakim. There was peace in the land. Joshua 15, Judah's land. The clans of the Judah tribe were given land that went south along the border of Edom, and at its farthest point south, it even reached the Zin Desert. Judah's southern border started at the south end of the Dead Sea. As it went west from there, it ran south of Scorpion Pass to Zin, and then came up from the south to Kadesh Barnea. It continued past Hezron up to Adar, turned toward Karka, and ran along to Asmon. After that, it followed the Egyptian Gorge and ended at the Mediterranean Sea. This was also Israel's southern border. Judah's eastern border ran the full length of the Dead Sea. The northern border started at the northern end of the Dead Sea. From there it went west up to the Beth Hogla, continued north of Beth Araba, and went up to the mount of Bohan, who belonged to the Reuben tribe. From there, it went to Trouble Valley and Devere, then turned north and went to Gilgal, which is on the north side of the valley across from Adumim Pass. It continued on the Shemesh and Alogel and up through Hinnom Valley on the land sloping south from Jerusalem. The city of Jerusalem itself belonged to the Jebusites. Next, the border went up the top of the mountain on the west side of Hinnom Valley and at the north end of Rephaim Valley. At the top of the mountain, it turned and went to Neptoah, spring, and then to the ruin of Mountain Ephron. From there, it went to Bala, which is now called Kiriath Jearim. From Bala, the northern border curved west to Mount Seir, and then ran along the northern ridge of Mount Jearim, where Kesalon is located. Then it went down to Beth Shemesh and over to Timnah. It continued along to the hillside north of Ekron, curved around to Sikaron, and then went to Mount Bala. After going to Gemneo, the border finally ended at the Mediterranean Sea, which was Judah's western border. The clans of Judah lived within these borders. Caleb's land. Joshua gave Caleb some land among the people of Judah, as God has told him to do. Caleb's share was Hebron, which at the time was known as Arba's town, because Arba was the famous ancestor of the Anakim. Caleb attacked Hebron and forced the 3 Anakim clans of Sheshai, Ahiman, and Talmai to leave. Next, Caleb started a war with the town of Debir, which at the time was called Kiriath Sepal. He told his men, the man who captures Kiriath Sepal can marry my daughter Akasha. Caleb's nephew Othniel captured Kiriath Sepal, and Caleb let him marry Akasha. Right after the wedding, Akasha started telling Othniel that he ought to ask her father for a field. She went to see her father, and while she was getting down from her donkey, Caleb asked her, "What's bothering you?" She answered, "I need your help. The land you gave me is in the southern desert, so I really need some spring-fed ponds for water supply." Caleb gave her a couple of small ponds named Higher Pond and Lower Pond. Towns in Judah's land. The following is the list of the towns in each region given to the Judah clans. The first region was located in the southern desert along the border with Edom, and it had the following 29 towns with their surrounding villages: Kavzir, Edo, Jargo, Niha, Daimona, Adrah, Kadesh, Hazor of Itnan, Jib, Talem, Beerath, Hajor, Hadatat, Kiriath Hezron, which is also called Hazron, Hajor, Amam, Sema, Molada, Hajar Kada, Heshimon, Beth Pelet, Hajar Shuar, Beersheba, and its surrounding villages: Bala, Lim, Ejem, Eltad, Chesil, Hormath, Kikrag, Madmana, Sansana, Lebrath, Silim, and Enrium. The second region was located in the northern part of the lower foothills, and it has the following 14 towns with their surrounding villages: Ashtar's, Urjar, Ashna, Janaz, and Ganim, Tatua, Enam, Jarmos, Adullam, Sokosh, Azekah, Sharaim, Aditaim, Gedara, and Gedaronetaim. The third region was located in the southern part of the lower foothills, and it has the following 16 towns with their surrounding villages: Jannah, Hadasha, Migdalgad, Dilan, Mizpeh, Joktilith, Kashishi, Bozkath, Agran, Kabon, Rahmas, Chitlish, Gederath, Besdagon, Naaman, and Makeda. The fourth region was located in the central part of the lower foothills, and it has the following 9 towns with their surrounding villages: Libnah, Eder, Ashan, Ipata, Ashna, Nijib, Kerilah, Achinib, and Maleshaha. The fifth region was located along the Mediterranean Sea coast, and it has the following towns with their surrounding settlement and villages: Ekron and the towns within there and the coast, Ashdod and the large town nearby Gaza, the towns from Gaza to the Egyptian Gorge, and the towns along the coast of the Mediterranean Sea. The sixth region was the southern western part of the hill country, and it has the following 11 towns with their surrounding villages: Shamir, Jatir, Soko, Dana, Kiryas Sana, which is now called Devir, Anab, Eshtemoa, Anim, Goshen, Horon, and Gilo. The seventh region was located in the south central part of the Judah's hill country, and it had the following 9 towns with their surrounding villages: Arab, Duma, Eshan, Janim, Beth Kapau, Apekau, Humtai, Kiryas Arba, which is now called Hebron, and Zio. The eighth region was located in the southern eastern part of the hill country, and it has the following 10 towns with their surrounding villages: Maon, Carmel, Jib, Juttah, Jezreel, Kol, Jokdim, Jonoho, Cain, Gibeah, and Kimnah. The ninth region was located in the central part of the Judah's hill country, and it has the following 6 towns with their surrounding villages: Hahu, Bethjar, Gedor, Marath, Beth-Anath, and Eltekon. The 10th region was located in the north central part of the Judah's hills country, and it has the following 11 towns with their surrounding villages: Kekoa, Ephrath, which is also called Bethlehem, Pir, Etam, Kulon, Tam, Shoresh, Kerem, Karim, Bedo, and Manath. The 11th region was located in the northern part of Judah's hill country, and it had the following 2 towns with their surrounding villages: Rabbah and Kiryas Baal, which is also called Kiryat Jearim. The 12th region was located in the desert along the Dead Sea, and it had the following 6 towns with their surrounding villages: Beth Araba, Midin, Sekaka, Nibshan, Southtown, and En-Gedi. The Jebusite lived in Jerusalem, and the people of the Judah tribe could not capture the city and get rid of them. That's why Jebusites still live in Jerusalem along with the people of Judah.